Someone who exemplifies one of the Six C's collaboration would be Mr. Heitman.
Surprise! Wait, that's not how I'm supposed to surprise nominate someone for this?
What is going on?
I nominate Andy Centeno for the Six C's.
Are you serious?
In the Carmel Central School District, we've gone through 2 full years now since the rollout of the 6 C's as a part of our Carmel Central School District graduate profile. We've really seen the 6 C's come to life in our schools and in our classrooms.
So this year we'll really be focusing on the importance of our staff and how they exemplify the 6 C's. So in this video you'll be able to see teachers nominating teachers, staff members nominating clerical. We really want to highlight the importance of creating a culture around the 6 C's. So Lynn Manieri exemplifies all the 6 C's. She often goes unnoticed because she's not in the buildings, but she's the most supportive person and she's so dedicated, never says no, she takes risks. She's an amazing employee and all my success is a lot due to her. So. I just wanted to nominate you for the fact that you exemplify the 6 C's and that you make me successful. And I appreciate everything that you've done for me.
Oh, I'm so honored. I'm shocked. Thank you.
There's so many just great teachers in this district and in this building. A lot of people come to mind with the 6 C's. One person in particular I'm thinking of is Kathy DeGloria. She shows compassion on a daily basis to her students and the staff. She's always kind. She encompasses and she really is a wonderful role model, not only for the kids, but for the staff too.
So after recess, every day we come in to do a Go Noodle. It's called Flow, and what it does is it's mindful. It just gets our body ready for the afternoon. Abby decided that it would be a really great idea if Mr. Larry joined in, so she set out a chair for him.
Because he has been working all day.
And she just felt that, you know what, gets us set up for the afternoon and it gets Mr. Larry in a place of calm for his afternoon as well. Mr. Larry is everything that the 6 C's tells us to be. He is amazing. Right?
Nancy inspires me because she embodies many of the 6 C's in her professional and her personal life. She instills the 6 C's in her students, in her daily lessons, and every day here at KES.
Outside Molly Sager's door, Molly Sager's a chemistry teacher at Carmel High School. She is absolutely amazing, and we're nominating her just because of her compassion with the students and the fact that she just drives her critical thinking and is always willing to change what she's doing for the benefit of the student. You're awesome. You are awesome.
I nominated Kelly Castronovo because I feel like she exemplifies the 6 C's. She is here in our cafeteria at KES, and she is a wonderful person. She's very caring and compassionate. She is always concerned about what the children are having for breakfast or lunch, and at times when there are dietary needs or nutritional needs, she has to think outside the box, and she does it without complaint and very quickly as well.
Kate Del Vecchio is someone who immediately sprang to mind. Within our department, she is like a go-to problem solver. If we ever have a conflict or an issue, or professionally or personally, she has the solution. She thinks outside the box. She's there for us, and she's not only that, but she's collaborative. She's always one step ahead of all of us so that our lives are a little bit easier. And I asked her the other day, I was like, who takes the extra step for you? Who makes life easier for you? And she does all of this while raising her 3 kids and bringing them everywhere, all over the state for their sports and activities. So for that reason, she's my example of the Carmel 6 C's.
The social and emotional well-being of the students at KES is the most important thing to me. I couldn't ensure their safety and well-being without the help of my amazing school psychologist, Dan Kenny. Dan is one of the most professional psychologists I've ever had the pleasure of working with. He's compassionate with all of his students, never taking anything personally. He collaborates with all staff members and support staff members to make sure that they feel supported in supporting the emotional well-being of our students. I can honestly say that he lifts my abilities as a principal and supports me in ways I couldn't have imagined. Dan, you embody the 6 C's, and I am so grateful for your presence at KES every day.
Immediately, Mary Odell came to my mind. In particular, collaboration, how she works with other departments, other schools, and other colleges to help us bring new programs to our school, in particular college credit programs, and citizenship, where she runs the FBLA program here at Carmel High School, where she's taught countless students how to become leaders in our community, society, and have a great career. She's my mentor, she's my friend, but she's also an incredible teacher here at Carmel High School.
Sarah Bell, because of the work she's done with her Dignity Club, they made 6 murals together, each focusing on one of the 6 C's. They came up with their own designs for the murals and they drew them out, and then they painted them under Miss Bell's direction. She's a very talented artist and was able to direct them to make these really, really nice looking murals, and they are all now hanging at the district office in the conference room.
Dr. Karen Brenner, because she exemplifies compassion. Karen demonstrates empathy and shows kindness with all that she does with our students every single day. She's a beacon of light to not just her students, but to us, and she is the glue that holds the counseling department together.
If there was a 7th C, Karen, you'd have it. It would be Karen spelled with a C.
Steve, for years, he worked with the community and helped us with the Relay for Life. He donated t-shirts and everything, and really stood behind us and helps the community in much more ways with the Humane Society, and whatever we do, he's there to help us.
He is always helping out, even with work. If a kid is not picked up or a bus misses it, Steve says, I'll go back and get him.
Steve helps all the other drivers if they need directions going anywhere, because he was a sports driver for so long.
Keeps us all together, keeps us laughing. He knows every run out there. If we ever have a question about any place we need to go, we know that we can always count on Steve to help us out.
I remember when I first started driving, my first year, I was in the lineup at the middle school for dismissal, and my bus wouldn't start. And before Base could answer me on what to do, here came Steve running through, got on my bus, did what he had to do, got it started, and zoomed away.
So all the 6 C's, that's for sure.
Yes, he is.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Crazy
Steve. Crazy Steve.
Yeah, the 7 C's.
I think John Weesey embodies communications, which he does. He listens carefully to anything and everything you have to say. And for collaboration, he just works well with everyone. It's not always easy in his department, but he seems to make it run smoothly and keeps everybody happy. It's all about the kids, but you also keep this building standing, which is a miracle in and of itself.
I nominated Therese Makuto because she exemplifies the 6 C's through collaboration, communication, and creativity. Collaboration, we work really well together on all of our courses. Communication, her and I have great conversations and really push each other. And creativity, you can see her Pi Day shirts up there. She's the one who creates our Pi Day shirts for the district.
And I'd just like to say that Ms. Triebenbacher, Lorenza, and I have become great colleagues, great friends. She shows compassion every day by smiling, walking in the classroom, always saying, is this a good time? Her collaboration with all the teachers, K to 4, and all the language learners is amazing. Her creativity shows in all of her language activities that she does with the kids they share with me to learn words and work off of what we're doing in the class. Communication, always we sit and we plan. I just want to thank you.
Thank you. I am so touched and moved. This is so amazing.
I know in my mind, instantly, I thought compassion is the first, the biggest, and Ann Donahue, one of our teaching assistants, popped into my head.
The kindness and the sensitivity and the caring that she absolutely exudes in working with students, especially students who need a little extra.
A little extra. She always, takes the time to kind of figure out with the kids like what's going on with them at any given time, and even with the teachers. Like, she makes her rounds every morning to check in on every single person in this building, and she says, "How you doing today? You having a good day?" And it just brings such comfort, you know, knowing that she's kind of there making sure that we're all taken care of, and watching her take care of the kids, and knowing how she takes care of her family, her parents, her beautiful daughters, her husband. She really is a model, compassionate person and just in life.
Endlessly positive, endlessly caring, from the depths of your soul. We're so happy to have you. We're blessed. We're so lucky to have you.
I nominated Erin Appel at Carmel High School for the 6 C's project. I picked collaboration as the C that most exemplifies what Mrs. Appel does. She has about, I don't know, 10 to 20 different adults that she interacts with in her classroom every day, from teacher of the visually impaired to TAs to OTs to PTs to speech. It's a lot of juggling, and she really handles it really well. So I think that's something that not everybody can do, and I think that she deserves to be honored for it.
Mr. Schwark is one of our amazing teachers. He can teach any kid, any level, any difficulty the kids have. He's absolutely incredible. You talk about the 6 C's, he encompasses everything from the classroom to outside the classroom to coaching. He is the epitome of what a teacher should be. And so you're absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
A couple of years ago, Danielle reached out to the teachers in the PACE program and asked if we would help her create a PACE art class that was specific to our students and their abilities and their needs. I think she's an amazing person. She has this aura about her that just brings everybody to calmness and to be able to communicate effectively, and just a warm, loving embrace.
Before this, we didn't really get to see your group, and it's been a really amazing experience, as well as a learning experience for me. And every day I feel like I'm learning something new, or growing or changing, working with your guys.
This is the reason why we are who we are, because we have her leading the pack. Nancy Middlestat, school nurse extraordinaire. We are compassionate, we love our kids, we love our staff, we do whatever we can to make sure they're healthy. We communicate. Nurses love to talk, so we have to talk to parents, students, administrators, guidance, whoever we need to talk to, we will, because we want to make sure you go home healthy and safe. And last but not least, collaboration. We love meetings. Nurses have meetings every month because we need to find ways to make sure that we're doing the best for you.
Heidi Carr exemplifies the 6 C's. Mrs. Carr was doing authentic assessment long before it was trendy. With her I Am poems, her Stickman, posters, travel brochures, and other projects. These activities made her students analyze, predict, infer, elaborate, and explain new and other foreign concepts. Mrs. Carr also made her expectations very clear. As a student, if you weren't sure how to do something, all you had to do was ask. She was always willing to explain it again and again and again. She also checks on her students, makes sure how they're doing. She could always emphasize what was really important about someone's life and how important it is to be kind and caring, because your grade in global wasn't the most important thing. She's made a huge impact on everyone's lives, and she's had a huge impact with those 6 C's.
I nominated Gail Christensen. She is a monitor and she has daily interactions with the children. She is both compassionate and kind and caring with the children. She's always concerned that they are playing well during recess. She also is very concerned that they are happy as they are eating their lunches. And when children make inappropriate choices, she takes the time to have discussions with them. And she also congratulates them when they are making good choices.
Treat them like they're my own kids. I worry when they don't eat. And I worry if, they're not, when they're not eating, I worry about them. Playing right outside, having fun safely. And they're like my own.
That you are awesome and we appreciate you.
Having co-taught with Carrie for the last 2 years in SUNY race, she exemplifies compassion towards not only what she's teaching, but the kids in the class and the topics that come up, which are brutally difficult and sometimes the first time exposed or the first time spoken about. Carrie has a tremendous heart, a tremendous work ethic,
and she really is vested in her kids. And I'm fortunate to teach with her, and the kids are fortunate to have her because she cares so much.
I nominated Lauren Ruckel, a KE second grade teacher, for citizenship, one of our 6 C's. She shows citizenship because of being a parent of an autistic child. She's shown us here at KE, staff and children included, what it means to be a good citizen, especially to those in need and with special needs. So thank you, Lauren. We really appreciate and treasure you.
Mrs. Denise Track. I think everyone would agree that nobody is more compassionate with her students than she is and feels things so deeply. And creativity is her middle name.
It's my pleasure to recommend Bob Macetta. He exemplifies the 6 C's every day, but specifically critical thinking. I recently attended an assessment training, and he presented a project that he had his kids do in one of his elective classes. It exemplified real-world problem solving, incredible combination of resources. He had a disaster preparedness plan in case the nuclear power plant goes up in some kind of Armageddon moment, and kids planned 3 escape routes out of Carmel. The project you did with your class inspired me. It was awesome.
Thank you.
The critical thinking involved was really, really spot on, and solving real world problems. Really admired that project a lot. Thank you. So nice work with our kids, Bob.
And Lori Broccoli as an exemplary 6C school community member for compassion, because she is compassionate not only to teachers and people in our building, but people across the district as well as all of the students.
Jim Barker exemplifies many of the 6 C's, namely creativity. Here at Kent Primary School, you'll see his artwork in classrooms as well as on bulletin boards. He even takes special requests from children, and he brightens my day anytime I'm at Kent Primary School.
Gina Jenkins and Bonnie Fox. They are the head of the Sunshine Club, and they run the candy store. And I think they bring a lot of joy and happiness to transportation. Try to make it a family.
Yeah. We try and really just acknowledge everybody. What we do out of love and compassion for our family here, for everyone.
I did Regina Altman Roosevelt for 2 of the 6 C's, compassion and creativity. And I learned so much about you, but by how you teach your children, and by how you take care of them, and by how when they come in, you think about all of the whole child, not just about what you need to teach them to. And creativity, because whenever I come into your classroom, I always see the shields that you made for social studies or the little boxes that you made. So I learned a lot from you, and I wanted to acknowledge that, and I wanted all of Carmel to know what a terrific teacher you are, what a wonderful person, and a great friend.
Pat Rodia, our Director of Food Services. Pat is a collaborator and a creative thinker. He does things for our students and our food service programs in the district that are absolutely second to none. I believe he is a true example of the 6 C's in action by his critical thinking, his creativity, and his collaboration with our staff to make our food service programs second to none. So Pat, thank you for everything that you do.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Brian.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I want to tell you that you exemplify communication. Lauren is in charge of safety for the Carmel High School and does a great job of communicating all the needs in terms of our planning for safety for the year to staff, students, and families.
Nancy Cyrus, as somebody that epitomizes the 6 C's, in particular, compassion. She spends a lot of time with the families of children here in our school, and because she speaks Spanish, she's able to communicate with a lot of those families on a better level, and she's just brought a lot of compassion to our school.
Mrs. Press, who is not only my best friend, but one of the oldest and best teachers at Carmel High School. And how she exemplifies one of the 6 C's. Honestly, except for creativity, she exemplifies all of them. But your best is communication. You're good with your students, you're good with your friends. I love you.
Mr. Sullivan really shows compassion for his students. He can be seen checking in with students that aren't even in his first period class, making sure that they're ready for the school day. He shows communication skills by sharing positive and informative feedback to the parents. He has collaborated with many teachers on his team, working as a co-teacher. So congratulations, Mr. Sullivan.
Jennifer Coughlin has inspired me to become a better math teacher. Her enthusiasm is contagious. Jen is a great listener, and she has a knack for making anyone she meets feel instantly comfortable. It's truly a gift.
You're such a caring and compassionate person, and you're somebody that I really look up to, and I just love to be around.
I nominated Nancy just because she is an amazing collaborator with everybody. She's caring, she has compassion, she's great citizenship, critical thinking, she has all of them. But like all our secretaries, she's more than willing to help anybody.
Sue Dyke exemplifies all of the 6 C's. I've nominated her for collaboration. There's no one in this district who works better as a part of a team and actually encourages people to work together as a team to get the mission accomplished. So Sue, thank you for everything that you do.
Karen Robel as the best collaborator I've ever worked with. I've worked with her for many years at Matthew Patterson, and she always is my favorite person to go to for help. We work with a lot of children together. She is never judgmental about anything that I bring. She always has great ideas about how to help the students with some of their needs, some of their social needs. You know, she always has ideas about how to develop programs in the class. She does counseling outside of the class, and then I help bring the social skills in the classroom. I love working with her, with the parents. We have many meetings together. She's my favorite person here in this building to work with, and it makes my job amazing to have a colleague like Karen Robel to collaborate with. And I'm very grateful for her professional relationship and her personal friendship.
Jessica Curran exemplifies dignity and grace. Her kindness and compassion for all make her a wonderful teacher and colleague. It makes Matthew Patterson a better place to be.
And you make me a better person just for being here. And I just love you so much, and I wanted to nominate you.
So Mark drives Jalen down to Walden, so it is a little bit of a ride back and forth every day. He does the communication between Mom and Jalen and the school to help her have a great day. He uses his creativity. They play games, they sing songs to make the ride better. And he also shows compassion because he has compassion for Jamie and her family, because it is difficult, you know, dealing with a special needs child on a daily basis. This is, we were asked by the school district to nominate somebody who signifies the 6 C's of Carmel School. So creativity, compassion, communication are 3 of them, which I nominated you for your compassion with dealing with Jalen and her family and the special needs student. Your communication between Mom and the school, you know, so she has a great day. And creativity with your songs and your games that you play with her.
Thank you so much. Your compassion for Jalen makes everything so much easier for me. Every morning she's excited. She throws on her Boston accent and yells "mock" out the window, and she runs up to the school bus, which is something that's so new to us, and she's excited to see you every day. And I really thank you, and your patience with her is wonderful.
Thank you.
And it means a
Thank
lot
you.
to us.
Thank you so much.
Alice Holzman, Family and Consumer Science teacher for 35 years here at GFMS, and she lives and breathes the 6 C's, but in particular, citizenship. There's nothing she won't do for anybody. She joins everything. Beyond the GFMS community, outside of school even, she does so much for so many people. She just never says no. If you need something, people go to Alice. You are the epitome of citizenship.
John always goes above and beyond for the students and staff members of CHS.
Oh, hey, Mr. Piazza.
Wow, this is so natural. It's like our first take. John, what's for lunch today?
I don't know, but I'm glad you're collaborating about our lunch. You're certainly showing me compassion that you're thinking about me first. So, you've developed local partnerships. That's collaboration, Brian, with the local businesses. So the deli, Greek Village, Prada, where do we want to go?
the possibilities are endless.
So I nominated Scooch for his compassion. He tends to do extra things for students, like before a test, he bought bagels, gets up, does his funky dance on top of the heater to get them all pumped up. So a lot of compassion there for students to get them psyched for a test. He also shows kindness through his actions around school, whether it's PBIS. He does a lot of activities with there. And
Woo, Scooch! How you doing, buddy? So, Mr. Leonard has nominated Scooch because he's number one. Right?
In Carmel, our staff is at the heart of everything we strive to accomplish. We believe when our staff exemplify the 6 C's and create discussions around them, it creates a positive culture in which our students can grow. All around our district, whether it's in a classroom, an athletic field, on a playground, or even on a bus, I see wonderful examples of our students exemplifying the 6 C's on a daily basis. And when I see our staff, I am reminded this culture we have created around the 6 C's, it all began with them.